Alrighty, so next up we're going to have a Captain Falcon critique. I want to say this is the first one I've ever done here. So Falcon versus Bowser. Obviously, the one scary thing is that you kind of have to run in as Falcon, and that grab is going to be a very scary thing to deal with. But like outside of that, also the up B out of shield is going to be something that you have to deal with, so you need to be careful about that. Bowser's going to try to get you juggled and then shark you. So those are kind of the main things. So as Falcon, you usually move into bait out an option from Bowser and then try to get in and get your punishes on him. I want to say like your main combo starters are going to be like with Nair, but obviously there's something you can get off of Bear. You could also do your standard dash grab. And I think you get something off of dash attack too. I have to double check and see that exactly. I could also ask Goat too. Yeah. I think it's a pretty straightforward matchup. I can't really say if there's a strong advantage for one or the other. Like Falcon, you're up. Actually, how much is your speed advantage in this matchup? It may not be that much, actually. Just because Bowser's so fast on the ground. Let me see. Run speed. Dash and run speed. Okay. Yeah, run speed is 2.5. Dash 1.98. I know Bowser's not that low. Oh, there he is. Wow, Bowser's initial dash is ridiculous. 2.255 and then 1.97. That's so funny. So basically, the initial dash of Captain Falcon and his run speed are like swapped in opposite positions with Bowser, like almost perfectly. Oh, that's so weird. That's really weird. So Bowser technically has the better burst game against you, but you have the better neutral in terms of like being able to use your run. That's very strange. So yeah, like if you're really good at like microspacing with your dashing, that's going to be very useful against him. But outside of that, yeah, let's see what happens. Yeah, like that was a pretty bad approach right there. So this is fine. So at this point, like after he lands with fair, something you should keep in mind is like Bowser's frame data on the ground. His frame data on the ground is not going to be great. And let me honestly, I don't know how fast your dash attack. Let me check your grounded options real fast. Okay, jab frame 3, so you can easily outframe him with that. Up till frame 7, dash attack frame 7. So yeah, so you have a frame 7 dash attack. Then what's your dash grab? Dash grab is frame 9, so that's good too. Yeah, so like after a situation like this, if Bowser wanted to do a jab, that comes out frame 7, so that's pretty slow. And then like after that, his fastest option's like frame 10. And then outside of that, Whirling Fortress is frame 6, so that's something he could technically use, but he's generally going to shield first before he does that. So in a position like this is actually, like if he's landing with an aerial and you outspaced him, that's a pretty good time to do like a run up, like a dash grab, because I think a lot of the time they're going to be waiting to shield so they can just shield an aerial from you and do an up B out of shield, generally speaking. Obviously, there might be some more specific habits that they have, but I think against most Bowsers that you're going to fight, especially online, it's probably going to be something that they do. Like, honestly, that Nair was calling out nothing. Like, if anything, like, you put yourself in a juggle situation where he actually could have done a lot more to punish you. So, something that you need to keep in mind is the second that you get Bowser above you, is that there's not too much that he can do over here, so it's good to stay under him. Like, if he down airs, you have more than enough time as Falcon to just run away or just shield. So just shark him underneath this platform with just, like, you know, short hop up air, short hop Nair. If your Nair just like reaches there, so then that way you can just kind of keep pressuring him and whittle down his shield so you can eventually get shield pokes. Yeah, there we go. See, that's what I mean. If he lands with an aerial, dash grab. As long as you got the spacing for it. Yeah. So, like, at that position, he actually really telegraphed that he was going to do that jump. Like, I'm assuming this was a Wi-Fi thing. Like, this dash back here and then just wait to see what... Like, if you dash back here and you did nothing, most likely Bowser's going to do something. So, if he dashes back, then you can kind of, like, assert control of this central area. So, then that way, you're kind of putting him in a corner, so it makes it really easy to edge guard him. But in this case, since like you guys are both like keeping a neutral position, if he approaches you, then that means he's most likely looking to commit to a punish option. That makes it a lot easier for you to punish him. And in this case, he did like a run up full hop fair, and now he's gonna land with it. So like if you stood right there, you would have been right outside that range, and then you would have been able to got a really strong punish of him if you're just like preparing for that. Oh man, you didn't commit to it. Yeah, that was good. Ah, that was a pretty good retreat. Okay, good. Yeah, if you ever see like any character air dodge, you could just like run off near them, like right here. Just wait right here. So if you waited there, he was coming with the air dodge. You can just like run off nair and then fast fall at the end, so that final hit hits him, and then he's dead. Also, like something you should know is that Warling Fortress is not scary to trade with at all. Like this is what the hitbox for this thing looks like. It's kind of pathetic. So as long as you got under him, then he's just kind of gone. Yeah, there we go. Easy enough. Remember, as long as he's holding that flare breath, like you can just do a get up attack to punish him. Well, that was unfortunate. He had the right idea, but he went a little bit too far away. Aw. There we go. I was looking for that. Yeah, like, honestly, like this Bowser's not really playing too good of a Bowser game. He's just kind of approaching you with aerials, like without really thinking too much. And like a lot of the grabs he's doing just don't make sense. Just because like there's not really a position, like yeah, like why would you grab there? Like you weren't even like remotely close to shielding or anything. Like I don't know why he would do that. Like at this point, it's better for him to go for a trade, at least in like those type of scramble situations. Yeah, that was easy. Okay, I'm assuming that these middle ones aren't real parts of the match. Okay, Pichu. Okay, this has got to be a little bit rough. Obviously, like Pichu dies off of 2 combos, but like getting that hit's very hard. So, as Falcon, like I know like landing back air is like one of the better things that you could do. And from what I remember, landing nair is pretty hard to do. Like, if anything, your best case scenario is wait for Pichu to do like a lot of like aerials and try to punish those with like back airs from yourself, or like try to punish it with like a dash attack or a dash grab. It's like I think that's probably the best ways to go around that.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, like right here. Something that would have been pretty good to do to like in this position, like if I'm Falcon and I'm fighting a Pichu, I want Pichu to like be in this zone as much as possible, just because that makes it so much easier to hit this little rat, because this guy's hard to hit. So as long as he's like just like kind of like staying up there, and I know I can link my aerials into him, then I feel like I can get a pretty good combo started, especially like at these lower percents, like up air chains, like maybe even like nair, and then like into like a back air or something like that. Just so I know I can get those hits, because like I don't know exactly what your grounded hit options are in this matchup, but let me see if you throw out anything that's a little bit interesting. Yeah, there, perfect, yeah. So pressure him with back here, dash away, because he doesn't really have a true option to punish you there. And then when he goes for like that, when he goes for an aerial like that's a very, very easy thing to punish with, because like off of that, I don't think Pichu can cancel that fair into anything else. Like I don't know if he's able to jump. Let me check his frame data on that. Yeah, forward air is 39 frames. Like I think he needs to land before like he does like another jump. But if not, yeah, it's like as long as you start that Raptor boost at the right position, you should always be able to punish him. If you have like any capture card, that's obviously going to be the best way to do it. But you can, if you have the micro SD card, you can do that as well. And then you can also upload it to like Smash World or something like that. And then it actually does appear as a YouTube VOD. Tater does that a lot. So Tater could tell you how to do that. But yeah. Oh, that was sad. That was a really good up smash attempt right there. Because like if you did beat out the Thunder Jolt, you actually would have just killed him. What happens if you do Falcon Kick? Does Falcon Kick go through the Thunder Jolt, or does that stop you? Because I was gonna say if it goes through T Jolt, then that would be a really good option to use to just like kind of plow right through him when he's trying to establish like any type of neutral control with that. But if that's not the case, it does stop Falcon Kick, or does it go through? It goes through. Okay. Yeah. So like if you do see him like start that up, you can actually just like when he gets to like death percent, always keep that in the back of your head that you can just throw it out and immediately punish him. Because like if Pichu starts over here and starts Thunder Jolt, he's gonna have to land, and like there's no way that you won't catch him. Like you will catch him with that. I would not recommend uploading footage of yourself fighting computers. That's just, unfortunately, like you're not going to get a lot of good information from that. You want to fight people. Perfect. Oh, okay. That was, you got so lucky. You should have been dead. You should have so been dead there. But okay. I mean, outside that final part, some good stuff. Yeah. Remember, you can just like beat out T-Jolt with an attack. So like if you did like an up air there, then you would have just like gone through. You would have been okay. You could have up beat back and not exposed your jump at all. So just remember, you can always hit T-Jolt. Like you don't really need to respect it as a move. Oh man, you got so lucky there. You don't? That's rough, dude. Do you not even have like access to Wi-Fi? Because I'm assuming you're talking to me through Wi-Fi. Oof, okay. Yeah, let's just go back to that little thing right there. Yeah, honestly, like on Wi-Fi, that's a very hard thing to react to, but that was just purely reactionary. Yeah, there is honestly no reason for you to go for that knee. Like even if you hit him, like you're just stealing your really cool kill move, and you don't get anything else off of that. So you know, generally speaking, that's just a very bad position to put yourself in. Hold up. Yeah, let me talk about this cross up real quick. Yeah. So this was a cross up that would have put you in just like so much. Like honestly, he could have dropped shield, grabbed you, and then done like a little bit of lightning loops or like a little ladder combo right here and lightning looped you on top there. Just because like you went for something that risky. I don't know if you were trying to go for Nair. If you're trying to go for Nair and you got like Wi-Fi, okay, that's whatever. Oh, gotcha. Yeah, if you don't have what, dude, that's rough, man. That's really, really rough. Um, yeah. Okay, let me talk about this. So yeah, make sure like if you're doing cross ups, like you're doing it purposely and you're pressuring their shield, unless like you're making a really hard call out on a jump. Like in this case, there's no reason to make like a hard jump read call out because he's not at a percentage where he's going to die. You want to make sure like you're safely pressuring shield with like either your nairs or back airs. So then that way it's just like you have time to like run away and like bait out something from him. This just kind of is risky and just Honestly, like if this Pichu player is good enough and not on Wi-Fi, he could kill you for it. That's the type of thing that you need to think about. Gotcha. Man, you got really lucky there. Okay. So I mean, you basically gambled and you won. But yeah, that's terrible. That's a horrible recovery right there. So let's break it down. Honestly, I should just use my arrows. That part was good. This was good. But like this, okay, so now that you decided to burn your double jump here, all he had to do was just like sit back and like jump back air, and then you would have been off stage without your jump, and then he could have just easily gotten a down air spike on you. Or he could have just like turned back and like F smash. Like a lot of very, very simple stuff. But beside like he just didn't acknowledge that you were just holding in and landing with an attack. And as long as he did that, like he could have hard punished you here. So never try to do this. This is like the mid-level player crisis right here. And like anybody that's just remotely aware of this type of habit that people have, they're always going to hard punish you and just like kill you at like 70%, as long as a character can do it. So don't do that. But it worked out here, so it's all right. Just always remember. Always remember that. Oh, now you get to fight another rat. How lovely. Well, landing aerials is not a bad habit, just because for the most part, landing aerials are very, very safe. It's holding in from ledge and attacking. That's very bad. Just holding in from ledge while you're recovering is very, very bad. Oh, it's Captain Al. Okay. All right. So this is the Pikachu that should be able to kill you for messing up. Okay, right now your spacing is very, very good. You're throwing out like proper aerials to like keep him challenged. But yeah, keep in mind in situations like this. Actually, no, you went a little bit too far away. Something else that I should note is crouching is very good. I talked about this like last time when cool, still on. I talked about this like last time during the last match critique, and I'll kind of show why. Okay, so if you're like, actually let me put Captain Falcon on, just so I can illustrate it better, because like I want a tall character for this. Tall characters can show off a lot more. I'm pretty sure you can crouch under that. This crouch isn't terrible.
Captain Falcon.
Oh, Pikachu.
Pikachu.
Yeah, so like if he's doing something like that, then you can just go under it. Yeah, so like if you crouch here and he does like this, let's do this in slow motion. So that's what I really want. So like, okay, so he's like, if you decide to hold your ground and crouch, and he does rising back air, and then he decides to fade back the other way. Now you actually have free reign to like get it to like, oh crap, I buffered the wrong thing. Okay, so let's do this again. So rising bear, we're gonna crouch under it, he's gonna drift. Now you can, yeah, you can hit him and things like that. Crouch is really, really good. So if you're fighting characters that are going to be doing like a lot of short hop aerials and things like that, keep in mind that's something that you can do. Obviously facing forward might be slightly better. Yeah, because I'm not sure if he can. Let me see if Pikachu can hit him from this side. I don't think he can. No, he can't. Yeah, you have a pretty good crouch. So yeah, you can just kind of like, as long as like he's keeping this space like this and he's starting from back here, then you have like the ability to like just like, you know, if you have your tilt stick, if he crosses you up, you can just do that. So that's something that you have ability to. And then the other thing too is like if you want to, let's do something fun. I don't know what your kill percentage is for Falcon Kick is. Pichu, I'm gonna assume it's like 120. Let's turn on stale moves. Let's put you at like 50% rage. I forget if is there rage in training mode? I always forget if that's a thing or not. No. There's rising back air. Yeah. Oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah. So when you have sailing on, cool. Yeah. So yeah, if you got 50% rage and you got Pikachu at 120, crouch, and then if he decides to do one of those aerials, you can literally just auto kill him for doing that. So yeah, little things like that you can just like kind of do. So if you're fighting like Pikachu or like any other character that can do things like that, it's a very, 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 very good thing that you can do with that. And then obviously at your other percents, so like when I don't think you have a kill confirm off of Raptor boost, but you know, if you got him at like 50%, and we do our crouch again. Yeah. So like, yeah, you can also do that into Raptor boost as well. Oh, you do? Okay. Yeah. So whatever percentage Raptor boost is, you can do that as well. And then depending on the other thing that you can throw in there is, yeah, I was going to say, so if you have a platform, so remember your specific areas that you have that kill combo. So that way you want to like put yourself in the crouching positions like around those areas. So if they happen to do any of those type of aerials, it's like crouch in that area. So then that way you can just kind of get it there. And like if they're doing those type of aerials from very specific spacings, you should have a pretty good idea about like where that's going to be. But yeah, good things to keep in mind. So like you could just like walk, crouch, and then if he comes, then Raptor, do your Falcon Kick and all that stuff, and yeah, you'll kill him. And it's kind of pog. So let's find little situations where we can throw that in here. Down throw. Okay. Also, something that's good to know is know when your hit is like kind of not like it doesn't give you a confirmed combo off of your down air. And if that's the case, you probably want to get a grab in afterwards. You might have been able to make that one back, actually. That's fine. Yeah, I think I want to say that's the move where he pancakes your grab. I think it is. Let's see. But from what I remember, I think that move's pretty minus on shield. Yeah, so back here's -12 on shield. Let's double check this. I forget if this is a move you can Falcon dive out of shield. Don't remember. So, okay. Yeah, okay, so you can do that out of shield. So yeah, remember that for when he's just like trying to back air your shield. If he's doing landing back air, that is. 'Cause most of the time I don't think that's going to be happening. Wait a minute, can you get that? Oh, you kind of nutty if you can. Ah, it's a little bit too slow. Actually, let me check something real quick here. You might be able to do... Hold up. Let me see how this works. Okay. Oh wow, it's actually a lot slower than I thought. Huh. Okay. So you might actually be able to get out of like you actually might be able to get out like if he tries to like keep like narrowing your shield, doing up air out of shield actually might shift your hurt box enough that you might be able to avoid certain follow-ups from there. So like if you do that and then like at least if you do that, like you might avoid like a whole shield pressure situation. But he might be able to chase you down with, like, up air. Let's see. The real thing I wanted to test was I wanted to see what Falcon Nair would do against it. Whoa, what? Oh, that was not the interaction I was expecting. So you have to delay it a little bit. Huh. Actually, if that's the case. This is not a comfortable position to hold. Oh, that's not gonna work. I'll try to see if like there's like any out of shield things that you can do to like kind of mess him up if he's trying to do like nair loops on your shield. All right, let's just get back to the match. But I do think there's potential with doing like that up air out of shield. That was a really good call out by him. Good high recovery. I thought that that was going to make your hitbox last long enough that you were just going to duff him with F smash. It's a little sad it didn't do that. And you're done. Yeah, and I mean, overall, for the most part, he was just kind of outplaying you, and you weren't anchoring yourself in positions where you could punish him. You were always playing the runaway game, but you were never looking for a way that you could turn it around, and basically, you never gave yourself openings or opportunities to put anything into your favor. So, like, obviously, yes, you need to avoid this little rat, like, at all costs. But, like, think about ways of putting himself into positions where he can be punishable. So, if he's in the air, you can get favorable trades for yourself. So, whether you're going for, like, back air or an up air or even potentially a nair, those are things that you probably want to look for in, like, those air interactions. Or what you're looking for the most part, should be a lot of whiff punishing. So, he goes for the aerial, and then, like, you punish, like, after the move finishes or when he lands. Those are kind of the two things that you're looking for. But for the most part, he's going to auto-cancel all of his aerials. So you need to look for like that little in-between time between the attack and when he's going down, or you're just looking to straight up trade with something like back air. L is playing very aerial-based, and I think for the most part, if you're fighting the rats, they're going to kind of be doing that. But like if they're playing the avoiding game against you, they're going to be on the ground a lot, and that's definitely a lot tougher to deal with, just because like Falcon just doesn't have the best hitboxes to really like kind of contest them and challenge them, or really do like anything like safe and threatening against them on the ground. Like there's a pretty much only landing back here, and it's kind of telegraphed on when that's going to happen. And not to mention like Pikachu just has so many different ways to pancake under grabs and all that stuff that like that's just always an annoyance you're going to have to deal with. So that's just kind of something else. So like pretty much Mr. L was punishing all the bad habits that the other Pichu player wasn't punishing. And like the thing is like he was doing like more of the matchup specific things to avoid the Falcon stuff, and he was doing the things to make sure he could keep edge guarding you. So you need to do is like last time you beat the player, you didn't beat the matchup when talking about Pichu, or this time he was basically using fundamentals of the matchup, and he was just also outplaying you at the same time too. So like he understood what you wanted to go for. You did again, like you did really good jobs on your recoveries for the most part in this one. So I don't really have anything to say on that, but like use those little things that we just talked about in terms of just like using crouch. Crouch is going to be very good to help you get around certain situations. And then the other thing too is like, if he does approach you, you could technically like sort of down tilt him away. I don't think it's exactly safe if he shields, but it's a decently long hitbox, so you might be able to at least get like some weird spacing off of that. That's technically a little bit safer than forward tilt, so maybe it's a little bit safer to do, but it's always gonna be a lot slower. I don't know if you get like any really good advantages off of it though. But yeah, and I mean if you're gonna be playing. Overall, the dash dancing is pretty good. Like you had your spacing pretty well, but in this case, like it was more of you running away than setting up punish opportunities against him, and that was kind of the issue between this one versus the way that you're using it against the Bowser and the Pichu player as well. So you need to think in terms of more in that spirit. So like if we go, let's kind of try to identify some of these things. We might have to go back a little bit further. Think you died there? Yeah, you did. No, no, it's Mr. L. It's Mr. L. Yeah, like over here, like honestly, up airing the Thunder Jolt to like extend the hitbox and then like ultimately beat him out. That's a good way to get an opening started, but like execution was a little bit missed there. Yeah, this part was pretty brutal. Yeah, so if Pikachu ever does this to you, yeah, like you could literally just like up air, you could full hop back air out of shield and just like hit him here. But I think at that point that would probably be really hard to react to. So, full hopping away, probably the easiest thing to put yourself in a safe position, and then that way he has to chase you, so you kind of have a little bit more room to run around him. Oh yeah, I mean you shouldn't be mad. You shouldn't be mad for losing to like a notable player. Yeah, and then I think he just kind of kills you off of this. Yeah, so think about what areas you're landing with. Like generally speaking, you don't really want to land with stomps, especially if they're in the air. Then he called out your bluff there. Yeah, see, like you committed really, really hard to a lot of dash grabs, and that basically lost you. Like if you were just dashing there and you didn't commit to anything, when he did that T-Jolt, you were right under him. You could have just like double jumped, like up aired him, and then immediately put him off staged, and then you would have been able to control this entire area right there. Like that one, yeah. Like if he would have, if like that would have gone through the T-Jolt and then he would have gotten hit by that, like that could work. But unfortunately, that's not what happened there. Yeah, again, like it honestly, you're just committing really, really hard to so many options, and then that's what Mr. L is punishing. Like you had all these openings against him, but you decided to throw it away and commit to something that wouldn't even kill him at this percent. It's like, technically, like in some vacuum situations, or if you think he's gonna run into it because like he won for the T-Jolt and all that stuff, I think like theory wise that's not bad, but it's not the optimal thing to do. And in this case, because like you did that so many times, it just kind of piled up and you weren't even able to take a stock off of him. So think about like how you can keep yourself mobile, because like for a matchup like this, you want to stay as mobile as possible, and think about what are the ways that you can net yourself with the biggest reward. And like when Pikachu's at mid percents like that, you're still looking for combo starters. You're not looking for finishers, and some of those combo starters are going to lead into finishers. So always keep that in mind as well. Like this is a quote that always sticks with me very, very hard. I remember Mr. R was saying that whenever he goes to pools, and this was back in the Smash 4 days, so you could get cheesed and just die at like any percent. He said what he would always do in like pools is just wait for the moment that an opponent goes for like a laggy option or slash like a smash attack, because most of the time that's gonna be the laggy option, because people like throwing out smashes, and he just waits for that and punishes that. And he says like, as long as I just look out for that, I know I can basically make it out every single pool until I get to like winners finals. So just keep that in mind when you're playing. Like just try to cut back on your smash attacks and like only throw it out when you really have like a good read on them, or if it makes sense to use that move to like finish them off. For the most part, especially as Captain Falcon, like you really don't need to use your smash attacks. Like all your moves are just going to kill all your opponents just fine. Like you're mostly using smash attacks for like extra swag, or if you're just pressuring a shield with like up smash. Like that makes sense. That's a good option. But like outside of that, and like covering ledge with like down smash and things like that, it's not really something that you want to do as well. But yeah, no, just focus on like mobility, your tilts and your aerials. Just kind of keep that as your whole niche of the moves that you're going to be moving. I would say for Falcon specifically, learning to use up smash is very, very good, because that move is very good. And then learning to use down smash at ledge is also very good too. But like outside of those two things, just don't really focus on using those in neutral, because those are not neutral options. Focus way more on your movement, baiting out people. That crouch is going to come in super clutch for those matchups in the future. And then yeah, like your combo trees for like just building up percent, and then your combo trees for like kills and all that stuff, and you'll go a lot farther with that, because like your spacing's pretty good. It's just that you need to fine tune your neutral a lot more in terms of what options you're using, and I think you're going to see significant progress if you do that. But yeah, do you have any questions before we continue on? Also, don't forget, people, if you do want to support the channel and all that stuff, we do have a sub goal. If we are able to get, I know we had an extra sub. Oh, that was a 3-month sub. Okay, so that doesn't add to the sub points. Yeah. So, okay, technically we still need 7 more subs. We get 7 more new subs, then we'll be able to add a new emote here. Let me see if he's still here, actually. You can gift a sub. That's something that you can do. Are you a good Falcon? Honestly, this is the thing. I've only seen you in a crew battle and on Wi-Fi, so this is not an honest look at you. And like, you fought... The Bowser player wasn't very good. And then like the Pichu player wasn't really doing the most optimal things there. So it's like, I feel like you're better than those players. And then against Captain L, like you had 2 stocks and you had 1 game against him. So I have no idea what your adaptation skills are. And I don't know how you would have performed on other stages. So like, I can't really say I can give you a fair assessment on how good you are, but like, I know that you at least understand the fundamentals of the game. So just by that alone, you're better than 50% of the people that play this game. Yeah, no, don't worry. So basically you can do things called gift subs. So I forget where it is, but like if you click the sub icon, there should be a thing that says gift subs. So basically what that means is if you gift a sub, people that are watching on the stream, you will give them subs. So they will also be subscribers to the channel. That doesn't mean you're going to keep paying for them. That means it's a one-time thing. So if they decide to renew their subs, then that's on them. It's not up to you to keep giving them a subscription. But yeah, unfortunately, I can't really say much more than that, just because like crew battles in Wi-Fi are always going to limit a lot of things. But like especially a crew battle on Wi-Fi, that limits a lot on what I can tell you. And the other thing too is like what was it? You know, this is also just one showing too. Like considering there's 78 characters in this matchup in this game as well. What was it? Yeah, there's 78 characters in this game, so there's always a chance that you might be playing a character that you have zero clue how to fight, and you know that's not going to give an honest picture of how good of a player you are too. Sometimes. Nick C before. I will definitely said I have major potential. Yeah, I would have to see more from you then. I'm gonna just cut this off here.